There's still so much I want to learn, there's still so much I want to do, but first let me catch you up on the crypto art space. It changes so quickly, so I want to share a little of my crypto art journey this year to date. I tried almost every platform, so you don't have to, and I'm going to share my experience and impressions on each of them. First, Super Rare. This site requires a submission, you've got to give portfolio, you've got to do a video self-tape, there's, a whole thing that you've got to get onto the site. They aim to be the curated single edition rare artwork place. They want to be like the Instagram meets Christie's. This was my very first platform I discovered. I got accepted pretty quick around April 2020, a couple of weeks after submission. I heard it can take a little longer now. The user interface is great. The buy now or auctions work well, and they are diligently updating ways of selling with timed and reserved auctions. And I'm sure in the future they'll continue with innovating on that. They repost very often on socials with their artists having new news or releases. They repost things like that. It's one of the premier places both collectors and artists know about. So it has good traffic, and even though the whole space still is relatively small. I'm aware of a few small beefs in the past that they've actively tried to settle them and improve their processes, so good for them. Transactions for me have always been smooth, and my overall impression of the platform has been very positive. Next is Maker's Place. This is another curated platform. Submissions are definitely required, but their mission is to empower digital creators with creating a marketplace to sell their digital creations. This platform was one I found as an alternative to some other platforms that were having issues with artist plagiarism at the time. This platform seems to have a pretty solid tech team and a good ethical standing among creators and collectors alike. Their curation seems to be more broader than other art platforms, and it has a good variety of artistic styles. The back end seems pretty robust and seamless. I like the built-in artist royalties on the secondary sales, and little signed authentication emblems on artwork pages are pretty cool. My biggest gripe, and I've also heard this from others, is currently the user interface. It's a little clunky and a bit nonsensical when trying to get around, and especially when I'm using the Brave browser, some buttons just never work. A huge advantage though is they allow credit card purchases, which I like when I'm trying to target an audience that's new to the space and they might not have an Ethereum wallet. Next to talk about is Rarible. This is a totally open platform. Their claim is the first community-owned NFT marketplace. This place is like a trash and treasure of crypto art space, the car boot sale of digital art, a flea market they would probably call it in the US, because it's open to anyone and you can find all sorts of trash art here. But to be honest, there are definitely some real treasures if you know what you're looking for. The user face is pretty good and simple. I like the leaderboard panels as incentives to users. They were also the first major platform to have a token associated with buying and selling, meaning you get the Rari or the Rari token allocated to you depending on your buying and selling activity, like a loyalty card point. It can be extremely difficult to get discovered if you're not a verified user. I have the verified tick, but still no one discovered my work organically when I was posting. I think it's also to do with the wide audience possibly looking for bargains. Definitely not the high end of crypto art market, but maybe worth trying out to get your feet wet selling. As expected, they have a lot of problems around copyright infringement and plagiarism, and to be honest, the way their team has handled it has been less than impressive, and it continues to be a big problem for them. I don't intend to use this platform much in the future. Next is Nifty Gateway. This is an invitation-only platform. They have scheduled artist drop events. Their mission is to make NFT art accessible to everyone. They do this by teaming with top artists to make quality, limited edition drops with hype releases. This place creates waves of excitement. They name an upcoming artist, they name the date, then they spread the marketing hype. The works are then only available for a short time for that release. Often limited editions sell out within minutes or seconds. They then have a secondary marketplace for buying and selling. I was approached midway through the year to release something, and I was super excited. I spent weeks crafting my drop from some of my existing popular pieces, and 1 week prior to the release, they bumped me, saying they were concerned with the current user numbers and didn't want to over-release for that week, so I was ultra deflated. Over the following weeks, I hooked up with a top creator, Ikatsa, who said they were trying a curated drop at Nifty Gateway, and he wanted me as one of his chosen artists in the curation. So that was perfect. I had a release date back on. I decided to improve my drop by adding audio to the pieces, and I was able to not only connect with a great person in the space, but be recommended by him. The drop time came, the anxiety was real. I grouped together with my family to watch, and one work with an edition of 20 sold out in 5 minutes, and my entire collection was gone within 30 minutes. I've since had some collectors sell my works on the secondary market for double what they paid. Despite my early letdowns, this has been by far the most positive experience in the space as an artist for me, and as a collector, you can do things like use credit cards still, and my only negative is that artworks I want to buy sell out too quick, and they sell for more than I want to spend, but that's life. OpenSea. OpenSea is a catch-all mothership for digital collectibles. It's not solely crypto art, but can definitely host it well. Its claim to fame is it's the first and the largest marketplace for user-owned digital goods. It's a self-publishing platform and a marketplace. It seems very innovative and inclusive. It's like a WordPress for self-publishing digital collectibles, or an open eBay marketplace experience. There is a huge variety of digital goods to discover. Minting works is super easy, the interface is super clean, and they are plugged into pretty much every other platform, so you can see all your NFTs contained in your wallets, even from other platforms. If you can't get accepted on a curated platform, this is definitely the place where I would recommend you start your experience minting new crypto art. And lastly is Async Art. It's a niche corner with some top sales with programmable crypto art, digital art that can evolve or change over time. They have designed a way to have art that can react to its owners activating layers, or art that changes based on things like stock prices. This place has a high traditional art approach and feel. You can post up from existing program templates like I did with my day-night artwork, or you can do fully customized ideas. They promote auction times for specific pieces to help drive awareness and value of those works. And they also have a system for advocates to champion artworks or artists to collectors. They're very selective with submissions. The artworks aren't run-of-the-mill. They are considered pieces and programmable, and some of their results have been the biggest in the industry. So I'm glad I joined each of these platforms, because with each one I learned something new about the crypto art landscape. Finding success on these platforms is an entirely new topic for discussion another time, but the time to plot and plan is always now. There are many more platforms I'm yet to try, whether they are too new or haven't accepted my submission to join yet, and if I get a chance to try those out, I will update you. If you want to see more of my art or collection, the links are in the description. I hope you find a platform that is right for you, and keep on making.